Today I'm redesigning every costume in Class 1A. As the number 405 ranked fan of Mid Hero Academia, I couldn't help but notice all of their costumes were not created equal. I set out to find what makes a good costume in the first place and make some fixes where I could using my artistic ability. Cause let's face it folks, if you're trapped under a burning building, this is not going to instill confidence in you. I'm sorry. So let's hero up! But first, what are the criteria? Starting with the colors. The most iconic suit shouldn't use every color under the sun, rather sticking to a solid color scheme. Next criteria is practicality. If you need support items, they should be easily accessible and useful to your power set. Think a utility belt, a gauntlet, masks for your secret identity. And last criteria is just style points. Does your costume look cool? So without further ado, let's begin. Starting with Deku. For being the main character, he's had some good costumes and some bad ones. I'm going to be taking some of the better elements from his best costumes and removing some of the weaker elements. For instance, I like the green with complementary red and bits of white to accent things, but we're going to remove the random orange that has no correlation to anything. We're also making his boots all the way red again, not just splashes of red. And this is what Deku ends up looking like. Next on the list is Jiro. She's a punk rocker with sound-based powers. How are you going to illustrate that power set? I'm going to give her some Route 21 drip, of course. Like the only implication that she has sound powers is a pair of Apple headphones, she looks like an NPC. We're going to give her a costume more inspired by present Mike. Think the leather jacket with sound elements. Shoulder pads to the speakers, and I like her hand gauntlet things, and we're going to add speaker elements to the bottom of her boots. And here's what Jiro ends up looking like. Mina. Not gonna lie, I like Mina's costume, it's not too bad. And the common theme I found with characters who had acid powers was their caustic green that visually showcased their power set. But we're gonna make it a bit more neon or lime. I don't know the purpose of the fur, but if it's gonna stay, we're gonna have to add some to her boots so the costume is more unified. Next up is Bakugo. His first costume is kinda peak. This is what Bakugo ends up looking like. Next up is Hagakure. She can manipulate light, but to get the most effectiveness of her invisibility, she has to be naked. The fact that she's just freeballing and flopping about doesn't sit right with me. I plan on keeping it simple. We're going to include her color scheme, and if she had a hero name, I would give her logo, but she doesn't because Horikoshi doesn't believe in developing all of his characters. Next up, we got Shoto Todoroki. And Todoroki is somebody who's been done dirty for being a part of the big three. He's in it, yet his costume is so weak. Never mind his first costume being linen clothes with some ice on it. His new one is basically just his school uniform. So we're just gonna keep it simple, half hot, half cold, nothing too spectacular. We're keeping it basic. Next up is Uraraka. This is a costume, we're not making any changes. The round shaped language for her friendly nature. Color theory wise, pink is an alluring color because she's friendly, and the spears resembling planets for her gravity powers. The Y2K visor, all perfect, no notes. I wish I could say the same for our next guy on the list, Aoyama. This shit is egregious, like his whole costume is doing too much. His main power is basically a naval unibeam. So this is reflected by regal purples and knight armor? The mirrors as accents are a nice touch, but the whole armor thing in my opinion needs to go. He's a ranged fighter, so the armor is in case his foes close the distance to whoop on him? Like, why does he have knight armor? The cape serves no function. And I get he's flamboyant, but those goofy glasses serve no purpose. It would make sense if they were practical to protect his eyes from the flare of his beams, but they look like they're just for swag. I'm not including his name on his logo because the superhero name is just stupid. It's a sentence, it's not even a name. So I think the belt should be made distinct and take up his midsection. We're gonna keep it real basic. Here's Aoyama. Next up is Shoji, getting rid of the weird white circles that don't add anything. And this is what he ends up looking like. Kirishima, aside from being part of my favorite episode of the whole show, his costume looks more like his power is spikiness rather than hardness. So we're gonna keep the shirtlessness, but the gears gotta go. They imply technology more than they do hardness. And we're gonna keep the mask, but add more of the metal elements elsewhere to tie it all together. So they're accent elements and just elsewhere. Next up we got Denki Kaminari. Him having a black and white costume is already a great start because this is an uncommon color scheme for heroes. Anyway, his costume stinks. He has the Jiro problem where his superhero costume looks far too casual. If you took away the lightning details on his clothing, you'd have a hard time figuring out what his powers are. Other things that don't work are the blue glasses, because blue just doesn't appear anywhere else on the costume. His shoes look like loafers or something just impractical. We're keeping the crop top vest because it's just a personal aesthetic choice I like, in part inspired by Mr. Terrific. His pants / costume would be leather because it's an insulator for electricity. Next up we got Masahiro Ojiro, and to be honest, I still don't know how he qualified for Class 1A, but anyway, I like the little fluff tying his gi to his tail, so we'll add those accents to his boots. And this is what I ended up doing with Ojiro. Next up we got Koji Koda, and I despise his costume so much. Why do they insist on adding these pointless masks? Like his face is a rock. Who is he fooling? But we're gonna get rid of that stupid logo and going more a traditional A on his chest. Just simplifying it all around and making him look a bit more heroic. Next up we got Sue Asui. Again, no notes for Sue. She's another unchanged hero costume. I wish I could say the same for the other female Big 3 member, Momo, but I can't. Her costume as is just too thirsty. Keep a crop top, this leaves a lot of exposed skin, but in a tasteful, classy way. Next up we got Tokoyami, aka Bird Boy. The problem with Tokoyami is, well, he's too black. Too monotonous. Black cape, black boots, black shirt, black pants, heck, even black bracelets. But we don't have to only use that color, like his utility belt can be yellow to break things up. Next up we got Mineta, and quite frankly, this is probably one of the worst costumes I've ever seen. It clashes with his ideals, aka getting girls. Like my guy, you're wearing a diaper. Not all bad. The purple and yellow complementary looks nice and matches his grape juice name. I truly don't get it. Why does he have a mask? He's 3'6.5". There's no way he isn't recognized in public. We can keep the purple onesie with the yellow accessories, even keep the yellow scarf, but we're just getting rid of the stupid stuff like the diaper. Next up we got Tenya Ida, and he was another big inspiration for starting this video. Because to me, the reason his costume doesn't work is because it's too bulky. Beasters should be slim. This man does not look fast. We can keep the night mask like his siblings. We're just gonna end up making things a bit more aerodynamic and less bulky. Next up we got Serum. Again, another perfect costume. The tape helmet and the shoulder pads, the teeth on his front, along with the line across his chest that resembles a strip of tape. Only thing I changed is removing the little gray pads on his thighs and waist for simplification. Next up we got Sato. I'm not a fan of his costume personally, but it's not horrible. We're gonna give him a logo with his name, Sugar Rush on it. Also, I'm getting rid of his anime black people lips. And there you have it, folks. Every character in Class 1A redesign. Let me know if you agree or disagree with any of the design choices I made for people. Did I do too much? Did I not do enough? Like I said, I'm the number 400 and something Mid-Hero Academia fan. It's a lot of fun to make. Like, share, comment, and subscribe, all that jazz. I've been Bloom. Deuces.